Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and I was able to get my hands on the prototype model of the next iPad. This is the iPad Pro 12.9 model that's coming out in later October, or maybe will be announced in October. And before you say that Apple would never put triple cameras on an iPad and there's no need, this was sent to me with the help of Sonny Dixon. And Sonny Dixon is the same person that helped me get my hands on the 11 Pro Max model and some of the other iPhone 11 Pro models, and helped a lot of other YouTubers, and has been very reliable over the years. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. Now, the new 2019 iPad Pro has a very similar design to the redesign we got last year with the 2018 iPads Pro. So as you can see, it looks the same with the exception of the camera module. And the camera module has 3 lenses like we have with the newer iPhones. However, the lenses are in a smaller square or footprint. So you'll see, compared to the new iPhone 11 Pro Max, the actual camera layout is smaller. So it very well could be under a small piece of glass like we see here, or a piece of sapphire, something along those lines. Since these prototypes or models are used to determine what size cases need to be made around these by case manufacturers, this is pretty much what it's going to look like as far as the size here. Everything else could be a little bit different as far as the lenses are concerned. Now, the overall dimensions are the same as last year's model, but there is one small exception, and that is the actual thickness. If this prototype model is to be exact, it may be a 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter thicker between the last year's model and the new one. And that could just be manufacturing differences, or it could be that they've made the overall structure more rigid. If you saw any of the last year's models being bent or anything like that, I haven't had this issue, but it appears there's a very weak spot right here where the Apple Pencil goes, and you can just break this in half fairly easily, it appears. Now, I haven't had any problems with it bending or anything. I always keep it in a backpack, and I also use a smart keyboard with it. And this would pose a problem for those with the smart keyboard wanting to upgrade to this particular model. And you would probably have to buy an all-new one, just because you wouldn't be able to get that to fit. As you can see here with the smart keyboard, you have a cutout for the old iPads, not the new one. So you would have to purchase a new accessory if this is what you wanted to use. However, I don't know that people would want to upgrade year over year. But let's take a look around the outside, and then we'll talk about what Apple could add to this. So if you look around the outside here, on the right side, you've got your volume buttons, just like we had last year. You've got the spot where you can put the 2nd generation Apple Pencil for it to charge and then wirelessly communicate and pair with your iPad. You also have a SIM card tray area if you have the cellular model. On the bottom, you've got USB-C along with your stereo speakers. And then on the other side, you have what looks to be a microphone. On the top, you have another set of stereo speakers along with a couple more microphones. So just what we expected this year. And then, of course, we have that power sleep wake button here as well on the top. So everything is the same as far as that goes. We also have our smart connector in the same spot on the bottom. And then on the front, I would expect the same display underneath. The display was great. It had Apple's ProMotion, which is 120 hertz, and it was 2732 by 2048 with 264 pixels per inch in the 12.9 inch model that this one is representing. Now, I would expect an upgraded CPU, such as an A13X processor, which will give us a little bump in speed, just like the iPhones do, but maybe a little bit more RAM as well, and more graphic processing power, just like that X denotes a little bit more graphics or GPU power. I would also expect them to add Wi-Fi 6 like they did with the new iPhones. We have a little bit better wireless connectivity, and then maybe even some updates to the 4x4 MIMO that we got with the iPhones as well for wireless or LTE. So overall, I would expect all of those upgrades for wireless and some upgraded cameras. Now, many of you are going to say, why would you ever want 3 cameras on an iPad? Well, I know quite a few people that use their iPads for either recording video of ideas, and they want to get different angles such as wide angle, or maybe they want to zoom a little bit. You could do that with your iPad, set the stage for what you want to film with a professional cinema camera, and then go back and film it. A lot of people use these for that sort of thing, or just regular photography, which would be great. The iPhone cameras in the iPhone 11 are fantastic, and I would expect the same thing in this iPad. I don't see any other reason for them to lower the price either, so I would expect the $999 to $1699 that we have if you get the cellular model with 1 terabyte. This particular 2018 model is 256 gigabytes, and that's been fine for me, but they probably will offer that expanded storage. Also, I would expect that you won't need as much storage because now with iPad OS, we have the ability to use external drives. So this is going to be a really nice device. The only thing I think we're missing, at least for me personally, is Final Cut Pro. So I'm looking forward to the next iPads. I would expect this in 11 and 12.9 inches, just like we have now. And that's about it. That's it for the 2019 iPad Pro model. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Would you swap your current model for this one? What do you think about the cameras on an iPad Pro? I think they'll be helpful for a certain subset of people, but let me know your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed already, though, please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more of these videos as soon as they're released. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.